big companies ripping you off to save a few pennies to not include the dropper top? Or are they taking the moral road and doing what is right because it's best for your beard? We're going to explore that a little bit further, guys. But welcome, my name is DanCBearded. If you're new to the channel here, I please invite you to check out that subscribe button, red little rectangle below. Give it a click. You won't be let down, I absolutely promise you. And I am going to explore that topic and that issue. We have companies that do not include dropper tops, and people are very frustrated with that, and there's got to be a reason why. Every time something happens, I like to deeply explore the reason why, and I have an answer for you guys why some of the biggest companies we love do not include dropper tops in there. So hit the intro, and then we'll get into the research and the reasoning. So we know some of our absolute favorite companies and some of the biggest companies in the game are not including dropper tops, and I hear about it all the time, and I'm sure they hear about it. Some that are on my shelf right now would be Detroit Grooming, one of my local absolute most favorite companies, one of my absolute, again, loves of a company. The Bearded Bastard, one of the best, one of the highest rising companies right now. And then we know the big dogs, Beard Brand. Now, in the grand scheme of men's health, they may seem like they are smaller, or they may play like they are smaller, but in our world, our game of the Beard Brand, of the quality, they are the big dogs. They are the ones that are up there, and I love everything they're doing. I never throw shade at these companies, and I love it. And a lot of people get complaints, myself included, when you have something like, let's say, a bigger company like Kingsman, who includes a dropper top, and almost all of the small batch companies we love, I prefer the dropper top for a couple of reasons. One, it keeps my hand clean when I'm doing that. Two, it's easy to get out. And three, for me, the most important, it's easy to measure. Most of my bottles are 1 ounce bottles, and the droppers are almost all the same. I know when I'm at 1 dropper because of the season, or 2 droppers because of the season, and it's just easy to measure out. When I have a restrictor or I have to pour, I don't feel like I get the same amount every single time. So I knew there had to be a reason why they were doing this, and it is not to save money. These dropper tops, when they're ordering on the scale that they are, go between like 4 and 8 cents per top. That's nothing to these companies when they're selling a $40 bottle of beard oil or a $15 bottle of beard oil. A nickel is not going to make the difference. If they really thought it was best, they would pay that extra nickel and have in there the dropper top. So what is the reason? And the reason's actually a very, very good thing if you guys really look into it. What happens with our oils is in the carriers, and especially the essential and the fragrance oils, they are acidic. They do have levels of acidity that will break things down. And a lot of that is on purpose and intended. Belle Isle from Detroit Grooming is intended to break down a layer of your skin so it can go in and heal that skin. It is intended to break down stuff that is in your beard that is not good for your health. So that is something that is very conscious that they are aware of, especially these companies on that scale, and they want to keep that. However, that same acidity, that same thing that lets you break down a layer of skin in a good way, also destroys rubber. And rubber is in the top of these droppers. If you have a dropper and the oil goes all the way up to the top, it is breaking down that rubber, and it is going back into the bottle and eventually into your beard. If you have clear bottles and you have a habit of overusing that dropper and overfilling it up, it'll go down to the bottom and you'll see little black things crawling around there. This one did not do that, as I'm showing here, because I didn't want to show you guys one that had been there. But it does happen. I have experienced it and seen it. But that doesn't mean the dropper top is a bad method. What it means, though, is you need to be conscious of how you are filling up that eyedropper. Sometimes I get complaints when people say the eyedropper only fills up halfway. For beard health, that is good. That is a good thing. You do not want little rubber pellets, little rubber flakes in your beard oil reacting with that acidity levels. That is not good. So you can keep your droppers, Just make sure you are not overfilling it and bringing it up to the top or the head of the dropper, because that's going to cause some serious problems. These companies are aware of that, and some of their products are in stores and sitting on shelves, and they don't want that happening with someone in the store clicking it, not knowing how to use it. So they are 100% not trying to rip you off. Some of these companies are genuinely looking out for your beard. Some of them have an add-on option where you can include an eyedropper if you really, really want, but they want to make sure that's known that it is for a reason why it's not included in there. So just a little food for thought there when you complain about a company that doesn't have an eyedropper. It's definitely not for cost savings. It's not because they don't think you want it. It's because there's reasons that have to do with the health of your bottle of beard oil and the health of your beard. So I thought that was pretty interesting there, and I thought it answered a question that I had been wondering and you guys have been wondering. So to leave you guys with a question, had you ever considered that? And secondly, is there something else in the beard game that doesn't make sense to you that you wish would be answered? I'm definitely going to be the guy for that job to do the research and find the answer, right? People had wondered, why do beard brands not have eyedroppers? Check, we got that one covered. What other questions do you have out there? Why do companies do this? Or why do companies not do that? I would love to research those and find those out for you guys. So I hope you learned a little bit today. I think it really helps to go along with our mission of staying positive and staying beautifully bearded, and that will do that for us. We know why they're doing something. Cool, that's a positive thing, and it's going to help our beard. Beautiful, that's amazing. So you guys, please, as always, stay positive genuinely and stay bearded.